have tried, 39 have failed. Against our next guest, he'll make his 7th defense of the WBC heavyweight title this Saturday against undefeated Luis Ortiz at the Barclays Center on Showtime. Deontay Wilder in the house. Good to have you here.
Good to see you as well.
Very exciting Saturday, that arena. I know you've been waiting for this fight for a while. Your opponent failed a couple drug tests. How hype are you? I'm
super excited. You know, I can't wait. March the 3rd is going to be an explosive event. It's going to be an exciting event. You know, you got the boogeyman himself, or the original King Kong himself versus the Bronze Bomber. So it don't get no more exciting than that.
And you've been waiting for it.
I've been waiting.
Deontay, I am very, very happy to have you on this show. I will admit that you and I have talked before. I know how badly you want Anthony Joshua. I want you to fight that man. That's the fight I'm clamoring for. I'm wondering, how tough is it going to be for you to get up for a fight like Luis Ortiz when you know who you're really, really targeting? What's that like for you, being a champion, being undefeated and a knockout artist, going up against somebody you pretty much, I mean, that ain't the fight you really, really want?
Well, you know, with Ortiz being a fighter and my attitude of respecting all fighters, you know, I get up just the same as if Ortiz was just a prospect just now coming up on the scene. So, you know, I must respect all fighters that step in the ring, you know, because we risk our lives in that ring, and I know Ortiz is going to bring the best of him just like any other one. So, you know, I get up just fine for Ortiz. You know, I actually can't wait to get in the ring with this guy, because Ortiz has been one of these fighters with that Cuban background and schooling 300 amateur fights, and a lot of guys have avoided him. Even champions have avoided him. So I'm doing the champion a favor right now by taking out trash.
Deontay, I think you're very good for boxing. Not only has it been a long time since America has had a heavyweight on your level, an Olympian, you medaled the whole thing. You're straightforward and honest about what your goals are, and you're trying to give the fans a show every time, big puncher, all that stuff. But what impresses me about this fight is a guy in your position generally avoids a guy like Luis Ortiz. You mentioned the Cuban background. He's 6'4", he's 230-plus pounds, he's a huge puncher, he's a southpaw. But he's now been busted twice, as Molly mentioned, for PEDs. You didn't know that when you signed to fight him. You signed just to fight the monster. Are you wondering what this guy is going to have if he's off the juice?
You know, Max, if I said no, I'll be lying. You know, especially with when Ortiz have failed twice. You know, and he also dealing with a guy known by the name of Victor Corte, which is known. Carte, yes, which is known, you know, for distributing drugs to different athletes and when them felon, you know. So I'll be lying if I said no, and then all of a sudden this guy come up talking about blood pressure pills when it's time to fight me. You know, he wasn't on blood pressure pills his last fight or his last fight before that, last fight before that. We all know blood pressure pills is a masking agent to cover up what you really can take and stuff. And with Victor, he's a brilliant scientist that knows how to put drugs in your body so our technology that we have can't detect it. That's why we have to keep updating with the technology and stuff. So, you know, but I've already called this fight man versus machine, and I'm gonna take it accordingly.
Real quick, Deontay, and Conti, by the way, has advised VADA, which is a very good testing agency now. But so what is it about you that takes an opponent like this on before you even get to an Anthony Joshua fight? A dangerous guy like this, who you admit he might be juicing when you get it. Like, you have that thought. Why take this guy?
Well, Ortiz has been avoided for a long time in his career. You know, like I said before, even champions have avoided him, and I took this opportunity to say, you know what? I want to pull this card. You know, I want to fight him. If people have said that he was the best, then I want to fight him, because I always say I'm the best. I always say I'm the most dangerous fighter. I always say I'm the king of the heavyweight division, the baddest man on the planet. And thus far, I haven't gotten my full credit. So if this is the step that I must take, if Ortiz is the man that I must defeat and knock out to get my due respect and credit to the world, then I want him. I want him. I don't care what he's done in the past. I don't care what he's doing now.
Spoken like a real
get
fighter.
Up in that ring March the 3rd, it's going down.
You told, when we spoke a few weeks ago, Deontay, you told me what you were going to do to Stavern, and it was right before that fight, and you destroyed him, obviously, like you said that you would. People look at you, they look at your record, 39-0, 38 KOs, it's impressive, but at the same time, they might question the level of competition. You yourself want Anthony Joshua so bad, and obviously that was one of the great environments. Max Kellerman was right there in England when you saw all of these folks. I don't know if it was 80,000 or 90,000 people watching him against Klitschko. This is a fight you want more than anything, and you told me, if I remember correctly, you think Anthony Joshua is running from you. Do you still feel that way? Why do you feel that way? And what do you think? When you think that's going to happen? When do you think that's going to happen?
Man, man, with that being said, it's been crazy with trying to make this fight with Joshua and his team. They've been avoiding me for years. This is not nothing that I've just started doing. I've been calling this man almost 2 years now. So this is not nothing I just came up on the scene and stuff, which I'm very happy for. I'm proud of him. He's doing what he's doing in his country, and his country is behind him. But it's come a point in time where the best must fight the best. If they're saying he's the best, because he don't say he's the best, they speak for him because he don't have that confidence. But I speak for myself. I know I'm the best, and they don't want to fight me. I don't even think his promoter have confidence in his own fighter. What he's doing is milking the cow. He'll Annabelle until you get enough, and then it's time for me to do what I do. When I knock Ortiz out, we're going to smoke him out of there. If we can't do it by myself, verbally with my mouth, we're going to use the people to smoke him out of there. So this fight is very important. It's very important what I do come March the 3rd, and March the 3rd is going to be y'all ain't there to see it in person. On TV, it's not going to be able to show you.
Deontay, you and Joshua both have big personalities, both undefeated, both Olympic medalists. He was the gold medalist, you the bronze. Both speak English as your native language. This is not like the Klitschko era. Both have exciting styles and everything. You're an honest guy and an honest fighter. You have a heavyweight belt. Will you feel like the heavyweight champion of the world until you face Anthony Joshua, or do you need that fight to feel like the champ?
I don't need that fight to feel like the champ. I feel that way now. Don't I speak it?
You certainly do.
I speak it, I believe it, and I'm going to receive it. I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. It don't get no better than that. I say what I'm going to do, and I let the world watch me do it. It don't get no better than that. When, I ain't afraid to speak. I'm not afraid to say what I'm going to do and get in that ring and actually do what I do. See, a lot of fighters don't want to say what they're going to do. They don't want to predict things. They don't want to say this and that because they don't know themselves if they're going to do it. But with me, I don't need nobody to believe in what I say. I don't need nobody to believe in what I say I'm going to do because I have 100% of faith and belief in myself. So with that being said, watch me work.
Cannot wait. Gotta believe in yourself before anybody else. You got me motivated. Like I need to go run laps around here, hit the gym right now. I cannot wait for
Helps to have a right hand that can knock down the wall of the city.
I'm sold, but he's selling it with his words too. Deontay, such a pleasure. Appreciate you. Best of luck Saturday. We'll all be watching.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Coming up, is Case Keenum being disrespected by the Vikings? He certainly looked good enough to earn a contract. We'll tell you why they might have their sights set on someone else. Jerry Jones threatened to sue the NFL last year, and now it may have backfired. We'll tell you how the NFL plans to punish the Cowboys owner next.
Is this a trick question? Are you asking